This is the Extratime.com League of Ireland Voice Notes podcast, and that is the St. Pat supporters celebrating in Liechtenstein following a 2-2 draw with FC Vaduz. It sends them through 5-3 on aggregate, and they will meet Sabah of Azerbaijan in the third qualifying round of the Europa Conference League. A really decent performance by St. Pat's last night as you listen. Yes, Vaduz went 1-0 up with a penalty that was a penalty in fairness, but then the equaliser came from Elbouzedi after he was set up by Mulroney in the second half. FC Vaduz went 2-1 up. Again, a little bit of luck involved. A deflected shot which beat Joseph Anang. But not long after, Levy went on a bit of a weaving run and set it up for Palmer, who scored his first goal for St. Pat. So 2-2 the score on the night. Here is the reaction of Zach Elbouzedi.
Zach, great scenes behind you. Your first goal for the club and we're through. Tell me more.
I can't even hear you, to be honest. Now it was just important to get through. Obviously buzzing to score my first goal, and it's an important goal, so I think it's good timing.
Some atmosphere behind you. The away fans made noise all night, and we scored at key times, having gone behind on both occasions, which I think was huge.
Yeah, I think it's difficult when you come away from home. You have to show a lot of resilience. It wasn't pretty, but like you said, we went behind twice, and a lot of teams would roll over and give up, but we didn't give up. We kept going, and I think in the end we deserved it over the two ties.
Talk us through your goal and Jake's assist as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought there was an opportunity for him to give it earlier, but then we know how good Jake is 1v1, so it's just about getting in the box. And I like to come into that sort of cutback position, so when I seen the ball coming, I was buzzing.
I know you came to the club to play in Europe and play in nights like this as well, so it's a decent start in your first couple of weeks as a Saint.
Yeah, for sure. These are the moments you want to see as a footballer. Like you said, like a lot of supporters travel, they pay their hard-earned money to come support us, so it's good that we can reward them. And yeah, long may it continue. We want to keep going and get through as many rounds as possible.
More on St. Pat's big win. Well, draw, but in the tie it was a win in a moment. But first, let's concentrate on what happened in Tolka Park. Shelbourne with a 3-goal deficit to try and claw back if they possibly could. They didn't manage to do it in the end, but they still got a decent result. Watching for Extratime.com was Luke Jordan, and after the game he sent us this voice note.
Hey Oisin, full time here from Tolka Park, where it finished Shelbourne 0, Zurich 0 in the second leg of this UEFA Conference League qualifier. Despite Shelbourne being much improved from the first leg, they bow out of Europe and Zurich progressed to the third round of the UEFA Conference League. Damien Duff did speak pre-match about his side of the mountain to climb after a 3-0 loss last week and spoke about the regrets they'd have from the first leg. With one eye on the big title clash next Monday against Derry City, Damien Duff made 4 changes to his side this evening, with Evan Caffrey, John Martin, Ali Coote and Manny Smith all coming into the 11. Sean Boyd missed out through injury, while Sean Gannon also missed out after he was sent off against St. Joseph's in Gibraltar 2 weeks ago. Shell started the game brightly. John O'Sullivan in particular was very lively in the first half, getting around the park, making tackles, to which the Shelbourne fans reacted positively, creating a good atmosphere, especially with the away end being absolutely electric for the whole 90 minutes. The first big opportunity came for Shells about 15 minutes gone when Paddy Barrett lofted in a free kick and found Will Jarvis back post, but unfortunately he missed the target. Shells throughout the first half were the better side, causing Zurich issues with their high pressing and determination off the ball. On the 30-minute mark, Shells carved out another good opportunity. Good work down the right-hand side by John O'Sullivan, Tariq Wilson and Ali Coote, when Coote pulled the ball back to Manny Smith, but unfortunately the ball just went behind him and a glaring opportunity went to miss. Shells' best opportunity of the game came before half-time. An Ali Coote corner found Paddy Barrett, who connected with the ball well, but unfortunately drove his effort just past the post. A huge let-off for Zurich. In the second half, the game slightly fizzled out as time wore on, that their chance of getting to the third round became less and less. At times, Zurich began to show their quality throughout the game. In particular, Bladen Krasniqi showed real glimpses of quality when he was on the ball. Zurich's best opportunity came just after the 70-minute mark when Mariano Gomez hit the bar from a Krasniqi corner. Emmanuel Ume brought the best out of Conor Kearns when he forced him into 2 good saves to keep the sides level. There was Irish interest also in the Zurich side as Armstrong Oxoflex came on with about 15 minutes to go and did show glimpses of quality also on the break in particular with his pace. Despite Damien Duff pushing his charges on to try to find that elusive goal, the game finished 0-0 in Tolka Park on the night. Shells and Damien Duff can take solace in the fact that they put in a much better performance than a week before and showed their quality throughout the match. All eyes, though, however, is on Monday night's game against Derry City. Rory Higgins was also in attendance tonight to watch on Shells, which makes out for a mouth-watering fixture next Monday night.
Luke Jordan, who watched Shelbourne's 0-0 draw with Zurich. A respectable result, it has to be said. Now, more on St. Pat's 2-0 draw with FC Vaduz and a 5-3 win on aggregate. Mikey Drennan, formerly of St. Pat's, joined me in the studios of KCLR 96 FM for commentary of the game. Obviously, we were not in Liechtenstein, but we commentated over pictures that were sent to us. Wasn't necessarily the best quality picture I've ever commentated on. It was a bit Commodore 64 8-bit at times. I think the pictures you were actually seeing on your feed at home or on your device or wherever you were watching were better than the pictures we were receiving. So I hope the commentary was okay. It was a good night. I just hope it was an acceptable commentary. Anyway, Mikey Drennan, who had never done co-commentary before and who had only got the text from me that morning, joined me on co-commentary. And he was really good. I really enjoyed working with him. And after the game, I said it to him and I put it to him that he has done many things in his footballing life. But I'll bet he never thought he would do a big game, a big European game in his hometown of Kilkenny.
Yeah, I suppose I never thought I'd even be commentating on a game, let alone doing it here in KCLR. But look, it's a fantastic experience to do it, and I thought Pats well and truly deserved it over the two legs. I just think that as a whole, the game, it probably wasn't the best game to watch, but it was still, Pats did what they needed to do to get through to the next round.
They looked solid and composed all evening, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was a good game management by them. Like, they didn't need to kind of step up the gears. They just did it like sat back, nice and compact, and I suppose they played on the counter attack a little bit. Probably not as much as what they need to, but they didn't need to maybe with Vaduz. I thought I was really disappointed with them. I was expecting a lot more. I wouldn't know too much about them, but I was expecting a lot more from them. And as a former St. Pat's player, look, I'm delighted that they got through, and because I know up in Inchicore it is a great club. It's up there, and the fans, the Lugs, when I was there, we played in Europe as well, and the fans travel in numbers, and it's great for them, I think, more than anything, because they're the ones that play their hard-earned money to go and watch the players every week, and especially to go travel abroad, and now they have another one to go to in Azerbaijan.
If you think Vaduz was expensive, wait till you start planning your Azerbaijan trip, which I'm sure a lot of them already are by the time they listen to this. We'll talk about the goals and the incidents and all that a little bit later, but what about the way St. Pat's set up? It appeared to be a really solid back four, but then a fluid midfield, which according to the UEFA graphic is like 4-3-3, but actually was more kind of 4-5 at times and then 3 at times, depending on what was happening in the game.
Yeah, it all depends. Look, I think more of it was a 4-5-1 more than anything, but I think the two wingers,
Mulroney and
Elbouzedi, thought two of them started out nice and high, nice and wide at the start to try maybe kind of spread the game a little bit. I thought in the first half they did well, and then maybe the second half when the two of them kind of came off, it was a bit more, probably a bit more the same, but I think it was a bit more of a 5 at the back. Maybe sometimes it went back to a 6. But I think overall, I think the game was probably suited past the way it went. It was a lot of stop-start. I know at the start, Vaduz, they were putting in a few like tackles, a few little niggles and that, probably to let them know that they're in a game. But again, the Pats weren't really troubled. I know they hit the post and the crossbar, but other than that, there wasn't really too much kind of the excitement of Vaduz really. So it was a bit kind of disappointing on their half. But obviously, as watching it from a League of Ireland fans' point of view, like it's great for St. Pat's.
They were technically okay, but quite slow, lacked intensity. But for St. Pat's, they had a great shape, and I don't just mean like what they started with. I mean continuously throughout the game. Now that doesn't just happen, does it? That comes from clever players and good management.
It is, yeah, because look, all that hard work is done on the training pitch, especially with Stephen Kenny only coming in. He's trying to adapt his playing style and philosophy in there. And look, the players did well going away to a European game. They managed it very well. Sat back in, counter-attacked when they needed to, which is what you ask for. Because when you're going away in Europe, especially after when you're winning 3-1, it's a massive thing. It's the know-how of what to do in those situations, and they had the experienced players there. I know Chris Forster went off injured, but Bulger that came in, he was fiery, came in, got a few tackles in, buzzing around. So I think overall that European experience will stand to him whenever they're playing next. I think it is in next week or two.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when the fixture is, but it'll probably be next week. Let's talk about the goals. The first one, Elbouzedi on the end of a brilliant Mulroney pullback. Now, at the time, I thought Mulroney has actually missed his mark here. I thought he was trying to get the ball to Melia, but he played it behind Melia, knowing that Elbouzedi was running onto it. At this stage, they were 1-0 down. They just conceded another chance. Vaduz had hit the post. So they would have been nervy. It would have been in doubt at that stage, but Elbouzedi with a good finish. You loved the construction of that goal, didn't you?
Yeah, it's because, see, when some players get into that position, I think they're more entitled to flash the ball across the box like there's not an on. You can see he had the composure to look and see that the pullback was on, and it was I don't know if it was intended for Elbouzedi or not, but I think it was the composure to pull it back rather than that shot and hoping that it takes the deflection, that pullback, and for him to come in, and it was a great finish. Yeah, and
even if he didn't mean it, like he knew someone might be there, it was still good play, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's still good play. Like you don't have to know who's coming there. If you pull the ball back, you know that if it's your 10 or your 8 or your winger coming in from the opposite side, like you're hoping, and that's exactly what happened. And as a player, they always say, like, if there's not an on, but he had that composure to know that there was players coming into the ball late. Those late runs, like kind of a Frank Lampard late run into the box. You'll always have players that'll do that. And they've been training with each other. They'll know what they're doing.
You're showing your young age there. I would have said Paul Scholes late run into the box. Let's talk about the equaliser. Levy with a great break down the right hand side. He wasn't long off the bench. Palmer, who looked a bit tired because he'd worked so hard and an awful lot of it off the ball, and that's really energy zapping, isn't it? But Levy made his way in off the right hand side, took on 2 or 3 defenders. I actually think that he had it on his right and nearly passed it with his left. I could have that wrong, but either way, it was magic feat to get it to Palmer, who just showed a really composed finish.
Yeah, it was. I think it's like it took a little deflection kind of in the middle of it, and he did hit the ball kind of hard at Palmer just to put it into the. But Palmer, look, you can see he has great technique. He kind of just guided the ball, and he didn't need to put any power on. It was just more of a guide into the corner. Sure. So look at that's his first goal, so that's going to give him a good kind of deal of confidence as well.
Yeah. Look, let's talk a bit about the nuts and bolts of it. For the players, the European bonuses are a big deal. The same as any of us in our work life. If there was a bonus for something, we'd probably work that bit harder, and it does mean that bit more. But it can actually be life-changing money for League of Ireland players a run in Europe, can't it?
Oh, it is. Like, especially getting a good run. Like you might have a team bonus, and players might have an individual bonus in their contract. Of if you get through to each stage, you might have, I don't know, a $5,000 bonus, or some players could have a $10,000 bonus. It all depends on kind of what kind of player you are going in, and what kind of wages and what you can negotiate with the club. But like the further you go, it's because it's, as you said, like League of Ireland. Look, it's not going to be life changing money that you're going to get. I know that they're gone to 52 weeks, but the money isn't near enough to kind of. I know players going into their badges and all that stuff, and there's all different avenues of college and all that stuff, but those bonuses go a long way of putting money in, saving and that. Like, it's like when I was there was none of that, none of the 52 weeks. It was all 42 weeks and all that. But
a very short season, and at that stage the clubs didn't have to contract you, so you had the season ending in late October, and a lot of guys having to sign on until January, and even clubs would make them go on trials and do everything they could to delay a contract being signed to as close to the start of the season as they possibly could. When Dundalk reached the group stages a couple of years ago, I know some of those guys got their mortgages through that. Like, that's how big a deal it is if you can get to the group stages. Let's hope they can. You're still playing away with Evergreen. Are you enjoying life with Evergreen?
I am, yeah. Look, I'm enjoying it. I'm back happy. I'm back hurling as well. So that's another thing. I stepped away from hurling there about 3 years ago. I'm going back there again just to try and. I've my back is, I have a very bad back, so I'm going to try and make the most out of when I can. Yeah. So I have a bulging disc, and then there's another disc that I don't even have one. I have arthritis, so I'm going to make the most out of everything that I have. It's a non-problem that's going for since I've been in England, so it's just a wear and tear. So I'm going to enjoy every moment that I can until I have to stop playing. But that's why I went back hurling. I'm playing soccer, play golf. I'm going to do everything I can until I stop, because it's been my life.
Yeah.
Since I'm six. Like I've been doing soccer, hurling ever since I'm 6. And obviously not playing. Obviously you can go into coaching and all that, but not playing, it'll be a big kind of culture shock to me.
Yeah. Sounds like you're kind of getting yourself ready for it. Is that?
I'm only 30. I'm still only 30, but I always thought I could keep going till I'm 37, 38, 39. You probably can with junior, but it literally all depends on my back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make the most of it and enjoy every single minute of it.
And is it the kind of thing that it could go at any second, or do you know, wear and tear, and maybe in 1 or 2 years or whenever, you'll have to stop playing at a serious junior soccer level and hurling and any kind of competitive sport?
It can go at any stage.
Okay.
That's the thing with I have to manage it. I have to do my exercise. You have to do core exercise. A lot of it is core and strength and stretching and coming in from the glute and that. But it's mad. You never think that would happen, because I've always had problems with my back and I never really thought much of it. So for it to actually happen now, and it's been happening to me since I've been in England, but I never really kind of dealt with the problem, because I was getting all the right treatment and but then when you go to junior level and kind of go hurling, you still have physios, but you're not getting seen to every day. And of what to do. And I only got the MRI done probably about 4 or 5 months ago, which that's what told me. I said, look, I have to get this done, because it would go and I'd be in bits for probably 2 weeks. I won't be able to move. So that was the scary part. But to be told that, look, at least I know myself, and it's just managing it. And it's like any kind of injury, you have to manage it, and hopefully that it'll stay away for as long as you can.
Who are you hurling with?
James Stevens.
Okay, at what level?
So I'm playing junior, so I go back and play junior. I haven't picked up hurling 3 years, so I go back and play junior, and we'll see what happens then from there. So because Brian Cody's over the senior team, so we'll wait and see. But I told him I just want to play junior and enjoy it, and that's the main thing.
Well, you're saying I just want to play junior and enjoy it, but you're not ruling out a call from the seniors if it comes, or you're not?
I know that there might be some sort of interest in there, but look, you can never say no. But look, I just want to go and enjoy, because hurling's gone too serious, especially at even that club level. It's gone way too serious. So that's why I said I'll go back and play junior, enjoy it a bit. I'm only back 5 weeks, I think. So I'm just still trying to get my touch in and get that back.
What is it about hurling that you love and enjoy?
Since I've been young, I was always told that I was always a better hurler than soccer player. Well,
you must have been some hurler then, because
I wasn't too bad now, to be fair. I was,
because you're a pretty amazing soccer player. So
I wouldn't say I'm that good, but I was a better hurler. But it's
you're being modest, but
no, I was all right. I suppose at both I was lucky enough to be good at both. But everyone just said to me I was always a better hurler. They said I was probably one of the best hurlers underage in the country. But look, you don't take much of that. I was on the Kilkenny teams underage before I went. I was 15 before I went to England. I was meant to be on the Kilkenny minor team, so I was 3 years.
And did you go to England, and is that why you didn't?
Yeah, that's why I didn't go. Because it was my. You always said, lad, growing up from Kilkenny, what's your dream? You say, a professional soccer player. You never ever think in your wildest dreams that you'd go across. But so look, I ended up going across, and I had to give up the hurling, so that was kind of a hard one to swallow. But look, I was doing what I always dreamt of.
Who would you have played with growing up?
Dear McCody would have been.
Okay, yeah.
That's Brian's son. That would have been kind of my. It was my age group. Well, there's anyone else? No, there's no one really else that kind of after. But we were always all the teams I played. We were county champions, say under 14 we won the Féile, we won everything that year. That's the All Ireland under 14 for clubs. So I've done all that. So
what position do you play, or did you play? What's your favourite position?
I like 11 or 6, centre forward or centre back. I don't look. They played me anywhere, to be fair. So look, I was lucky enough that they always kind of depended on me. So I loved that kind of like I was their kind of go-to player to get us through games and stuff like that. So but I'd play anywhere midfield. Look, anywhere, especially underage, you don't really matter.
Yeah.
You go out there
want to enjoy it.
You want to go and enjoy it, and I did that.
And it sounds like you are enjoying it again.
I am. Like, I'm enjoying. Look, I've been through a lot, personally and mentally, and suffered and all that sort of stuff. But I'm in a much better place since really since kind of Christmas. I've come a long way to where I was. Like, kind of. I've been lucky. You go on you go off, say, gambling for a while, and you go off your mental health and all that stuff, and really since then, like I said, this needs to stop because I've done it. I've been too much of a yo-yo, but when I was going to stop, and say if it was gambling, if I was stopping, I always knew in the back of my mind I was going to go back gambling. It
sounds like this time that's not at the back.
No, it's not. This is that was make or break for me. That was make or break, and this is a massive thing. Like I've been doing meetings and stuff like that. So like I know myself, I will never gamble again, and that's brilliant. As long as you look after yourself and your mental health, and you go to your meetings, you talk to people. I know I never will, because there's only one road for me if I do. So unfortunately.
And come here, that is brilliant to hear, and I'm obviously here in studio with you. I can see it in your eyes, and look, I was aware you had difficulties. I didn't want to press, but you've brought it up yourself, so you're feeling good.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel great now. To be fair, I'm in a much better place, and family wise, I'm in a very good job. Something that I never would have thought that I would have even had. So look, as I said, there's always pros and cons with life. Look, life's not easy, but you have to get on with it and do what you can with it, and look, be as happy as you can. And
it sounds like you're enjoying your working life. Is it Duggan Steel?
Yeah, Duggan Steel there. Yeah, so I'm there, sales executive in there. So look, I'm happy. They're a great company to work for. Yeah. They look after you. They're understanding, and as I said, look, you can always have regrets in life, but I'm happy where I am, and I wouldn't change anything.
And it's not about what happened up to now, it's about what happens next, isn't it?
What happens next, I can't look too much forward. It's a day by day, but from where I was to where I am now, it's a big change.
And you've got good people around you, and James Stevens and Evergreen, and
that's the big thing. Having family, friends. If it's a woman you're with or whatever, like you'll be like, it's surround yourself with good people and getting rid of people that aren't good people. That's a big thing that people don't realise, getting rid of people that are that bad omened on you. And look, it's harsh, but it's what I've learned. Yeah, especially in this last 8 months. Yeah,
well, look, it's good to see you in a good place. It's good to hear you talking in positive terms. It's good that you were able to come in and enjoy watching a football match with me tonight, and provided excellent analysis and co-commentary.
Don't know about that now.
No, you did, and great to hear you're back hurling as well.
Yeah, so
brilliant.
We'll see how it goes.
Mikey Drennan, thanks for joining us.
No problem, thank you.
Former St. Pat striker Mikey Drennan, who is Kilkenny based and who joined me in the studios of KCLR 96 FM to commentate on the St. Pat's game. We obviously got a feed sent to us. We weren't in Liechtenstein, and in fairness to KCLR, they provided the studios completely free, didn't charge us anything, and we're really grateful to them. KCLR, a great sports station, by the way. I may be somewhat biased there, obviously, but this weekend, for example, they'll have every senior hurling league game in Kilkenny live on the radio, full commentary. And they'll also have the Carlow Senior Hurling Championship semi-final replay. You're wondering, why am I talking about Kilkenny and Carlow hurling on a football podcast? Well, it's because I just wanted to thank KCLR for giving us their excellent facilities. On Friday, there's 3 games in the Premier Division. Drogheda United take on Bohs, Dundalk meet Galway United, and Waterford are up against Shamrock Rovers. In the First Division, it's at Lone Town against Kerry, Cove Ramblers against Longford, Finn Harps meet Bray, Treaty play Cork City, and UCD take on Wexford. On Saturday, it is the Sports Direct Women's FAI Cup as Bohs take on Peamount, DLR Waves meet Whitehall Rangers, Cork City host Douglas Hall, Sligo Rovers take on Terranure Rangers, Shamrock Rovers are up against Wexford, Treaty United play Ferns United, and Galway United take on Shelbourne. On Sunday, in the Premier Division, St. Pat's take on Sligo Rovers. We'll have a extratime.com podcast of some sort after the weekend. It'll either be a voice notes with me or Luke will do something. We'll organise something. There will be something. It's a bit weird when the European games are on. It kind of throws us out of kilter, but we are still providing you with an awful lot of podcasts, and we would appreciate if you would subscribe, like, review, rate, whatever you can. Okay, that's it from me. Congratulations to St. Pat's. Congratulations to Shells. That was a decent enough result, but unfortunately the damage was done in the first leg. For Shamrock Rovers, they've got the Europa Conference League to look forward to next week, as do St. Pat's. And I'm sure that the St. Pat's and Shamrock Rovers social media channels will be the first to confirm when and where those fixtures are on, so keep an eye out for them. There will be streams, you will be able to watch them. I presume it will be LOI TV, but it will be somewhere, and the clubs will make it happen, and fair play to them for doing so, because that's not easy to get done, I can tell you that. Anyway, I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.